Hello everyone, I am Ryan Fernandez, member of Public Relation Committee of Chemical Engineering Society SVNIT. Today I have with us one of our 2018-2019 batch proud alumni, Mr. Mahendra Singh, who is currently pursuing his MBA in Operation and Supply Chain Management from IIM Mumbai. Hello sir.
Hi, Ran.
Sir, could you briefly introduce yourself, focusing on your journey from BPCL to pursuing an MBA in Operation and Supply Chain from IIM Mumbai?
Sure, sure. So, hello, my name is Mahendra Singh and I hail from Surat, Gujarat. I hold a BTech degree in chemical engineering from SVNIT Surat. During campus placement, I secured a position at Bharat Petroleum where I worked for around a year in a core chemical engineering role. My responsibilities included overseeing three plants for which the major products were petrol, aviation turbine fuel, and bitumen. So we operated DCS operations while we were working in shifts. And during the final year of my BTech, I appeared for the GATE exam and achieved AIR 51. This helped me pursue my MBA in supply chain management at IIM Mumbai, which was formerly known as NITI, and currently I am in my final year.
Okay, that's really nice. So, what inspired your transition from engineering and working at BPCL to an MBA in operation and supply chain?
Okay. So the transition from engineering and working at BPCL to pursue an MBA was actually inspired by my ambition to broaden my perspective and actually make a more significant impact in the business world. So at BPCL, while I was working in engineering role, I did gain a lot of hands-on experience in managing operations and optimizing the process. However, as you work, I realized that my contributions were largely limited to the technical domain. So this really sparked my interest in understanding the broader context, actually. So, broadly, if you say how strategic decisions are made, how optimization is being done, and how actually supply chain integrates all of these things, this really sparked my interest. So, 2 years ago, NITI accepted both CAT and GATE scores for admission. I had my GATE rank, which I secured. So I thought, why not try MBA in operations and supply chain management from NITI? Because it is an ideal platform if you want to understand the end-to-end business process. From procurement, then you learn production, you will understand logistics, and finally warehousing and delivery. While in a core chemical engineering job, you will work in production only, which is a part of supply chain, not the whole supply chain. But after an MBA in supply chain management, you will be a part of the whole chain and you can work anywhere, which will help you make a much more impact in the business world.
Yes, sir. Sir, how did your involvement in the club help you in your professional life or during your MBA?
Okay. So during my undergraduate, I served as the managerial head of the Chemical Engineering Society at SVNIT. So this role actually provides you platform to develop your leadership and interpersonal skills, which will contribute to your growth in future for sure. It will help you in your uh, MBA journey as well as the professional journey. So, as a managerial head, I was responsible for coordinating events, of course, and managing teams. So, I remember there was one notable experience where I had to deliver a workshop on simulation software, which was DWSIM. So I learned that software in COVID, and I thought, why not deliver a workshop where I can teach that to students? So at that time, public speaking was a challenge for me, and CHES actually offered me a platform where I can get out of my comfort zone to actually develop that skill of delivering a presentation maybe to an audience of 50 or more students. So experiences like this will teach you how to speak in public, which is a must-have skill for everyone for their professional growth. So these experiences actually taught me how to collaborate with maybe diverse groups. While I was working in BPCL, I had to manage tight deadlines and balance multiple priorities. So I got a flavor of all these things while I was working in CHS. So it makes a life easier when you shift to the professional journey. And even for an MBA program, I would say that the ability to multitask is very important. So since I had done that previously in my undergraduate, I was able to adapt to that easily. While if you are not holding any such prior experience, it might be tougher for you. So in a way, CHES uh, got me ready for the challenges that were coming ahead in my life.
Yes, sir. So could you share your key learnings and experiences during your time at BPCL?
Okay. So during my time at BPCL, uh, I had an opportunity to oversee operations for three plants. And when I say oversee operations, means I am operating a DCS. So in the computer, there will be a software where I can control each and every parameter of the plant. And you have full control over that plant. Plus, you have a 20 plus operators working in the field. So I will be behind the computer screen and there will be operators who will aid me. So you will have this kind of exposure, this kind of control over that plan. Obviously, you have to train for months before you are given that responsibility. But that responsibility on your shoulder is immense, and the learning growth will be very high for the initial years. So that taught me a lot of lessons which helped me improve myself as a person because it first of all it helps you learn about managing teams. You do manage team in your clubs and they are just 1 year younger than you or 2 year younger than you. But in plant scenario, it is quite opposite. You are a 23-year-old uh, student, I'll say just transitioned into professional journey, while the operators who are working in the field, they have experience of more than 30 years. So more than your age.
Yes, sir.
And you have to work with them, and if you don't have ability to convince them to do something, your work will be stuck. So you have to learn how to deal with them, you have to learn how to build trust, and you have to build competence so that you have enough confidence to address to those people, otherwise they will not listen to you. So I learned how to have a respectable communication between the team because it help you build the team, and in the end it is about the interest of the team so that we can achieve a common goal together. So first thing was that, obviously, team skills. Another thing is that uh, when you are working with inflammable highly flammable materials like petrol, which could catch fire very easily, so it puts a lot of pressure on your shoulders. So the environment demands constant vigilance. If you're working in 8 hours of your shift, you should be very attentive. And if something goes wrong, you are solely responsible for that. So if something goes wrong, you have to act, you have to make quick decisions. And also, you have to consider your safety protocols. So managing everything in this stressful environment is a challenge. Of course, for initial years, it is a challenge, then you get used to it. So, this skill of handling pressure and delivering is very important for your life or for your career. Even in MBA, there is a lot of pressure on your shoulder. But since I was in BPCL, I got used to it. I got used to stressful scenario, and you don't panic. anymore. You just get used to it. So that is very important, and that is what I learned there. Finally, I would say, suppose there is a scenario where you have to make very quick decision. So you have to communicate uh, the actions in minimum words. So communication is one of the most critical skills that you will brush up while you are in professional journey. Of course, your base would be ready in your undergraduate, but finally you will brush up that. Finally, it helped me in my BPCL journey because I learned how to communicate.
Yes. Um, Sir, what advice would you give to students preparing for placements, especially those aiming for core companies like BPCL?
Okay. So I have only two experience. One was UPL and other was BPCL. So I got these two offers. I sat in these two companies only. So first, if I talk about UPL, there was a group discussion. So for group discussion, my advice would be you uh, should have a group of friends, maybe 8 to 10 friends, and you should practice the GD every day. And how you can practice is that maybe 9 students can take a topic. Uh, Topic can be one nation, one election. So 9 students will talk on that topic, and one student will moderate them. What I mean by moderation is he will observe what each student has spoken in that GD of 5 or 10 minutes. What were the good points? What were the bad points? And he should give feedback to each and every student participating in that GD. In that way, your GD prep will be much better than rest of your batch. That is for sure. So once you get through GD, you have personal interviews, obviously. So for personal interviews, I'll tell you one thing. In MBA, we have this culture of giving mock interviews to our seniors. But in my undergraduate, there was no such culture of giving mock interviews to our seniors or maybe our alums. So I'll recommend to start that. If you are in third year, you should approach a senior who is in fourth year because he has interview experience more than you. So he can give you better insights based on your CV. So I'll recommend that mock interview. As for the preparation, UPL asked me a lot of technical questions. So you should know your technicals very, very well. Technicals like CRE, if I can remember correctly, these subject HTO, MTO, these subjects are non-negotiables. You should know the fundamentals. They can ask you anything, what is Reynolds number, what is laminar flow, like that. And other thing which I did apart from this was I had prepared a document for equipments. Example, dryer. So I have a document named dryer. In that, I will list all the types of dryers and what are the applications of dryer, which type of dryer is used where and why. Plus, what are the advantage of this dryer, what are the disadvantage of this dryer. So like this, I had made for everything: mixers, distillation columns, heaters, condensers, and my UPL interview was based purely on this only, and they did really test my core knowledge. And there are other questions like why do you want to join UPL? And finally, for BPCL, I think they took uh, top 10 or 20 students from my batch. First advice would be, of course, to improve your CGPA, be at least in the top 20, maybe. And then BPCL did not go much into technical. There were 2 rounds of personal interview. First was online, second is offline. So the online interview, they did not ask me much technical. Even the offline interview, they did not ask me any technical except what is refining. So you should obviously know what is refinery if you are sitting for BPCL. And they asked me what is the end-to-end refining process. So I explained them that. And BPCL focuses much more on the scenario-based questions. For example, uh, while you were part of the club, what were the challenges and what were your key learnings? So this is kind of a scenario-based question. Or scenario-based question can be what was the last time when you took an initiative or took a leadership role? What did you learn? What were the setbacks? What were the challenges? Something like that. So you should really know this if you are attempting for BPCL interview. Mm, this should be enough. And finally, of course, research about the company. What the company does, what are the various products, what are the recent news, and you are done, I think. This much is
Um,
more than enough.
Sir, as for the GD part, what kind of topics would they be giving? Like, would they be giving controversial topics so as to test your patience, or are they giving like normal generalized topics or abstract topics on which there's no chance of controversies or arguments?
Oh, it could be anything. For now, I think maybe you can focus on AI, how AI is changing the scenario in industry. It could be abstract topic also, something like red versus blue. So if you have not prepared that beforehand, you will be really stuck in this topic. What should I take? Say in red versus blue. So I'll say you should be prepared for anything. Even if you discuss one GD every day for straight 90 days, I think it will be more than enough and you can ace any GD.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir. Um, so, what resources or strategies would you suggest to juniors who want to prepare for competitive placements or MBA entrances?
Okay. So, uh, what worked for me was planning, and you have to plan strategically. Uh, I planned 1 year before. I started early, and I used to set monthly goals, quarterly goals, weekly goals, daily goals, and I used to stick on those goals no matter what happened. So once your planning is done, by goals I mean that in November I should finish CRE, the subject. In December I should finish this subject, and I will reserve my last 2 months for attempting the question paper. So like that, I first of all planned the big blocks where I am completing all these subjects monthly. Suppose in November I have to finish this subject, then I'll go to weekly goals. By first week, I'll complete these topics. By second weeks, I'll complete these topics. In the third week, I'll attempt subjective test, and in the final week, I'll attempt test plus I'll do revision of this subject plus the previous subject which I have learned. Once the weekly goal is done, then you'll go to the daily goal. I'll study. I used to follow a daily routine again, which was non-negotiable. I used to study, I don't know, initially 5 to 6 hours, and as the gate exam came closer, I increased that by 2 or 3 hours. But you have to be very consistent so that it compounds, your knowledge compounds over time. So have a schedule. You can have a daily schedule, whatever suits you. If you want to rise up early, that's your choice. I used to study late at night, so because I found it much easier to study at night compared to day. And finally, I'll recommend quality resources. Choose reliable study materials. I studied from Gate Academy. However, I don't know how they are doing now, if the course is good or not. I chose a video recorded course, not the online course, because video recorded course offers you flexibility. I can play the lecture on 2x or I can play the lecture anytime I want as per my convenience. So I did that. You should prioritize revision. You should prioritize analyzing your mistakes after attempting every test. which will help you learn from your mistakes and help you not repeat them again in future. And the best tip from my side would be to stay positive, maintain discipline, adapt to strategies, and don't let the setbacks affect you, because one day you will score maybe top 10 in India, and other day you can score bottom 10. It does not matter. What matters is whether you learn from your mistake or not. So if you have a positive attitude, you can do that.
Okay, sir. Um, Sir, how can first and second year students start planning their careers early on to explore diverse opportunities?
I would say you have to explore a lot of fields. If you want to explore diverse opportunity, I'll say you should take part in clubs. You should take part in lot of workshops, and you should get an internship. If you have, so I was confused whether I should have a MTech career or I should go for a job or I should go for MBA. So what I did is in the second year, I explored a lot of research based projects or research based competitions, and finally research internships, which is offered after you can get that after second year. So when I did that, I realized that maybe I don't like MTech and research that much. So I'll shift to job or I'll shift to MBA. So this way I encourage everyone to take action and get into internships, which will help you understand your interest and help you develop your strength or identify weaknesses. That is one thing. Uh, then you should build some technical as well as soft skills. By technical skills, I mean if you want to get into a chemical engineering role, what I did is I learned the simulation softwares like DWSIM and I participated in competitions maybe so that I can make my resume stronger, that I know some technical skills also. Like that, you can also learn data analysis or you can learn coding. I'm trying to learn coding now because it really helps a supply chain professional if he knows coding. By soft skills, I mean communication, leadership, teamwork, which you can easily learn by participating in competitions or in club activity.
Mm.
Finally, you should network and connect. SVNIT has a huge alum base, and now that we have LinkedIn, so you can reach out to alums or anyone on LinkedIn who is working in the field that you want to get into. Suppose if you want to get into MBA from IIM Ahmedabad, so you can message anyone from IIM Ahmedabad. It is very easy. So you should surely do that.
Yes, sir. Sir, what advice would you give to students on building leadership and preparing career shift like yours?
Okay. If you want to build leadership skills, again I will say get out of your comfort zone. Uh, Recently, I think on the platform Unstock, there are a lot of opportunities and competitions being listed from IITs, IIMs, or companies. So you can participate in that. It will really help you get out of comfort zone and explore what is happening outside. Explore the competition. Explore the type of students who are there outside in IITs or IIMs. Because in our undergraduate, we refer we define our competition to be that batch of 70 to 100 students. But once you move into the professional setting, you see that the competition is immense, not those 70 people. So you should Get out of your comfort zone and explore what are the challenges that lies ahead and how much can you challenge yourself. You the thing is you should grow holistically. Technical skills are essential, but I cannot stress more on how you should develop maybe leadership skill or communication skills because that will make you a all-rounder. You could be the best student of the class who has the best knowledge about the technicals. But if you cannot communicate your ideas, that knowledge is wasted. So grow holistically. Do not just focus on your academics. Mm, one thing which helped me a lot was developing a reading habit. So during lockdown, I started reading, and books actually can shape your personality and it will help you broaden your perspective or broaden your thinking. This habit helped me a lot to develop myself holistically. So I'll recommend each and every student, whether you are in first, second, third, or fourth year of your BTech, if you don't read, I'll recommend you to read a book. Maybe start with bestsellers like How to Become Rich or How to Influence People. These books will shape your personality and help you in long-term growth. If you look at CEOs, they are very avid readers, and that is for a reason. So, and finally, I'll say you should maintain professionalism. Always aim for very neat, clean, professional appearance, whether you are in interviews or in any formal setting, because your first impressions does matter a lot, and professionalism is non-negotiable. So
Yes,
I
sir.
think this will help you become a better leader.
So, looking back, is there anything you wish you had done differently, uh, or unique, or something unique, during your undergraduate years?
Okay. So this is my favorite question, and I'm sure everyone will say that they do have some regrets and they do want to change something from their undergraduate years. I will say that I was very shy, and since I was a day scholar, I was shy to explore. I was involved in club activities, but I wish I had explored more opportunities, maybe more internships, maybe more competitions or anything. I never participated in dance competitions or any other competitions. So I wish I had done that. I wish I had got out of my comfort zone because eventually the things that you are running from will come to haunt you in future. So it's better to solve those things in your undergraduate. Do not carry those things to your professional journey or MBA. And since I was a day scholar, I knew only my batch or some seniors or some juniors, not more than that. But I wish I had networked to more and more people. You should understand that each person who is graduating out of SVNIT will be a high net worth individual in future. And the power of connections that you develop in your undergraduate will help you a lot in your future. Don't just look it in a professional way, but you should also make friends in other branch also. It will help you grow as a person because the kind of people you roam around with will define you eventually. And finally, I will say I wish I started reading much earlier. I started reading in third year, I think, and I wish I developed that habit much before, maybe in my first or second year. It would really have helped me avoid these mistakes where I was shy, where I was focused only on my friend circle and I did not move out of that. I think if I had started reading earlier, or I had some mentorship, I would have changed that.
Yes, sir. That's really nice hearing about your experience. Uh, Thanks a lot, sir, for giving us your valuable time. I hope our audience will find the session amazing and interactive. Thank you.
Thank you so much.